Here we are at the new Northern Angling Show. On the bait clinic, we've been doing different bits all day. Today we've got Alan from Nash demonstrating the new ball makers and the ground baits and pellets. So Alan, what we got?
Well, we've got an actual device here that we can make balls of ground bait and balls of pellet. Now, originally designed for the commercial carp angler, pleasure angler, club angler, to give them an edge, getting their ground bait right, getting their pellet right.
Yeah.
But there is definitely a crossover into the hardcore carp fishing scene. Being able to distribute your bait and put pellet, for example, tight to the bottom in a ball, instead of catapulting it out and spreading a wide bait area.
Yeah, so them balls will go down without scattering pellets everywhere.
Yep.
That will go down to the bottom depending on how hard you do it.
There's two things to bear in mind. It's the consistency that you make the mix and how hard you compress. You will get balls that will fire 60, 70 yards from a catapult, or you get them to break up on the surface.
Yeah.
However you want to make them, it's really down to you. Consistency and the amount of pressure you apply to the machine.
So for like the commercials, you could get that to go out, burst on the surface.
Yeah.
Like for the bagging waggler, little pellets going. But then for like the carp anglers, you could push them really hard, go down, sit on the bottom, and then slowly break down.
I'll give you a demonstration of that after I've shown you the basic usage. So here's the machine. You've got two parts. Both parts have a button release. Take the ground bait first. This is a mixture of a green tilapia with a halibut mix. It's just a regular crumb. Loosely fill the machine. Put the two together. Compress. Press the button on the top. Release the button. Ball of crumb. Now that in its own right is still a ball of crumb. Back to ground bait. On the lake bed, that literally is just going to slowly dissolve. Any fish comes along, that's a puff of powder. The flavour leakage is going to go all over. So we can do that with the drum, and we've got two different sizes of pellet you can use it with, a micro pellet and a 3mm pellet. You can do it with 6mm pellet, but that's about the limit of the size you want to use because there's less surface area to make the adhesion with a 6mm pellet. So the micro pellet. So same procedure, fill one end, bring the two together, compress, you press the first button, release the ball of pellet. Simple as that. Now you asked the question about putting a ball of pellets go on the bottom and slowly break down.
Yeah.
I didn't press that particularly hard, but I've got a good ball of pellet there. If I put that back in to the machine, put them together, but this time really give it some press, release it. I've now got...
Oh yeah, so that would fire basically as far as you wanted to fish.
Personally, I've fired these 60, 70 yards from a ground bait catapult, and I know for a fact that they are going to the bottom.
And they're going to sit there, you know, they'll take the attentions of a few smaller fish and still be there when the carp moves.
I would give that 10 minutes to break down.
Yeah.
But probably 5 minutes it's saturated with water. A fish come near it
and it'll just explode.
It will puff out. So there it is with the pellet. You've seen it with the ground bait. Now these pellets are also flavoured, so you can mix and match your media for the balls, be it ground bait, be it pellet, or even a combination of the two. You can really tie into the flavours that you're using with the media that you're putting in the balls. It's simple, but I can't see any angler not wanting to have one of these. It's going to improve every aspect of their fishing.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of impact on loads of different fishing, because I can spy a smaller one in the there.
Now this really is for the wintertime fishing or for the commercial scene.
Yeah.
Now exactly the same usage. Loosely fill the receiver, bring the two together, compress, press the button, release.
Very good.
Through the pole cup for the commercial anglers, for the more hardcore carp anglers that might only want to feed 3 or 4 4 balls of bait.
Yeah.
That'll do it. And one of the other things that was one of the carp guys actually suggested, well, how can I start introducing some of my feed into my hook bait feed into this? Well, that's quite simple. If he's using a strawberry boilie,
Yeah.
I can take the media that I'm going to use. This time it's the micro pellet. I'm going to put 2 or 3 of the strawberry flavoured hookers in there. Refill it. Put the 2 together. Do that again.
See the principle, it's going to virtually come out like a method ball.
But you're going to have your flavoured hook bait
It's in there.
samples in there. It will work.
And there's your small baits mixed in with it. So I suppose if it'll take these small pellets and everything, it would take mini boilies, hemp.
Yeah, well, eventually there will be one slightly bigger, but at the moment this is the biggest size we're doing.
Yeah.
You'll certainly be able to get a couple of 10, 12 mil boilies in there, maybe crumble a few up, introduce your hook bait slowly into the swim.
Yeah. Have you tried it with other different, I mean, the one thing I can see, seeing the small one of my favourite baits for carp fishing, if they're not having the pellet, boiling and everything, is bread.
Yes.
So I suppose
Definitely.
if you got a freshly cooked loaf, opened it up, put a lump of bread in there, you would have bread that was as hard as a boilie.
You can compress a piece of bread into something that's nearly rock hard.
Nearly rock hard and use it as a boilie, but you present in bread.
Well, one of the tricks I used for my chub fishing this season was with the prototype, feeding balls of liquidised crumb as I walk down the river, making balls of liquidised bread and just feeding them, come back and then take it in turns, fish the swim with bread flakes.
Yeah, so if you had like one of the baiting pouches, you could have your crumb or bait in there, walking along, because I do a lot of carp fishing on the rivers.
Yeah.
So you could walk down with that in your pouch as you're walking along, make a ball, throw it in.
Yeah.
Make a ball, very, very good.
And I know some of the guys are already considering their summer floater fishing using this with a dampened floating pellet.
Yeah.
So they could then fire balls out 30, 40 yards. They're never going to be able to fire them floating pellets out.
Yeah, like at the moment we're all either using the spoms that are solid or PVA bags with pebbles and things in. Just wet them, push them together and out they go.
Yeah, it is important to remember you've got to use a ground bait catapult.
Yeah.
It's got the rigid frame. When you pull it back, you're
not squashing it.
You're not going to squash the ball. But certainly for floater fishing, there's another usage. Now that's within a few days of being at a show. People have been coming up with their own ideas, their own takes on a simple device. But it really is going to fly off the shelves. And this is all going to be out next week.
Yeah, it sounds very good. I mean, even like that one, I'm thinking now, going back again to the carp angler's side, little bit of boilie paste,
Yes.
cork ball, little bit of boilie paste, push it together.
You're already coming up with different ideas.
Perfect for making your cork ball pop-ups without all the hassle of rolling it, almost like the old spring and bait presses and everything, but
So you could bring it into your bait making process.
So it's there for the pleasure angler, the commercial angler, the match angler, the carp. But no.
As a specimen angler, a specialist all-rounder, I will not go anywhere without these now. I'm going to be using them all the time.
No, very. I think I may have to be invested in one, I think.
We'll sort one out for you.
Yeah, very good, very good. So there we are, another new product and bits and pieces at the Northern Angling Show. And there we go.